Hello, welcome to our second webinar. My name is Jose Camacho, also known as JC, and on behalf of the Dark family, we're honored to have you here. In this opportunity, we will talk about our customers app, Enlite Mobile, your business at your customers' fingertips. This webinar will be of about 35 minutes of presentation and 20 minutes of questions and answers. Please keep in mind to ask any questions you have on the chat window, questions here account. This session will be recorded for future reference. Any unanswered questions will be replied to over email. Let's get this started. What we will cover today. As a first point, we have store and customer Enlite products, the interconnectivity between Enlite POS, Enlite routes, Enlite mobile, and portal. Number two, Enlite mobile and portal, we will talk about the functionality of the customer app. Number three, Enlite branded app. We'll detail how the app can be customized with your name and colors for branding purposes. Number four, an overview of Enlite mobile app and its main features. We'll be disguising as a step-by-step, a guide into the most basic functions and more complex customization of our customer's app. As a highlight, we have registration and route allocation options. Learn how you can optimize your process with the automated route assignment and other preferences. Number five, notifications. Keep track of your mobile orders and new registration. This is most important to you, and much more. Let's talk about store and customer Enlite products. As you may already know, all of our products are stored in servers in internet, and they are all interconnected. We want to highlight the interconnectivity as a key factor for the success of your business, because regardless on from where your customers, your employees, or yourself are opening Enlite, it's all interconnected, and all the information is synchronized between our different platforms. We have first Enlite POS, which is our system where we fund all of our store and plant management operations, from walking customers to creating orders, gathering all the information through reports, sending notifications, well, many things. We will be detailing all of them in future webinars. The topic that brings us here today is Enlite Mobile and the web portal. This is the platform in which customers can register and request pickups. And we also have our driver's app, Enlite Routes, which, well, of course, works for routes management and orders pickup. Let's go deep into Enlite Mobile and portal. Enlite Mobile is our application to be installed in your customer's cell phone for them to register to your store and request pickups. Also, some other features. And Enlite Portal has exactly the same functionality as Enlite Mobile, but it can be opened from any browser, and even it can be inserted into your website. What customers can do, they can register to the store, schedule pickups, enter their payment method, credit, debit cards, etc., pay for their orders, edit their preferences, track their orders. They can see the status of each order, and they can contact the store through the different points of contact that we can offer them. Enlite branded app, your brand. We can basically copy Enlite's mobile and adjust it with your colors and branding. Okay, also your name, your logo, and launch it as an individual application to the app stores for your customers to find it with your name, download it, sign up, and manage all the communication directly with you. It has the same functionality as Enlite Mobile. It only changes the colors and branding, as I said. As a highlight for the branded app, I can mention the positioning and optimization in search engines. Okay, your customers can search you through Google and find the application directly and also in the app stores and download it with your name and your colors. It's easy to use because they don't have to enter a store code every time. They will sign up directly to your store. You can collect analytics through reports and some other new tools we're implementing. And of course, you will have continued tech support, and all new releases will also impact your app. Every new feature that we launch or every new fix that we launch for Enlite Mobile will also impact your branded app as well. Okay, now let's talk about an overview of Enlite Mobile app and its main features. Again, all the functionality here is the same as in our web portal, but I just want to focus today in Enlite's mobile app. In the home screen, your customers will find your logo, your name, and your color. All the options marked here with an asterisk are customizable, meaning that we can show or hide them or adjust them as you want. We can place some contact buttons with things that as your address. If they click on it, it will open Google Maps and take them straight to your place. Also, your email, your phone number, your WhatsApp number if you use WhatsApp Business, an SMS button. We have many options here. Below these contact options, we have a slider. We can place a slider. It's not mandatory, in which you can put some either informative or decorative images. If you want your customers, for example, to know more about your process, we can place there some flyers or just some beautiful pics. If your customers scroll down, they will have their orders and payment history. They will see how many orders they have open and also closed, the total of all orders. They will see when was their last payment, when was their last invoice. They can also find some promotions. This is only for them to see. They cannot apply. It's you in your end who decide who gets those promotions. And of course, they can pay orders. This is a very brand new and custom tool, only to be enabled for those of you who request it. They can pay for individual orders beyond, of course, being charged on the store end for to their credit card for all of their orders. They can just go in and individually select it and pay in advance, and they can schedule a pickup. Now let's go deep into the orders screen section. They can, if they hit that current status tab, they will see either all open orders or all orders, including those ones that are closed or canceled. If they hit the order ID there, then it will open the order details. They can see things as the items that are detailed for this order, the total price, also the dates, when was this order created, when is it due, what's the status of the order, how much of it was it paid if it's not completely paid, etc. Your customers can also send you a message directly from this part and pay for this order if they have the functionality for paying orders enabled in your application. The prices and quantity of items can be hidden by request. If you don't want them to see this information, we can just hide it. The promos screen, this is a totally optional page, meaning that if there's no information to show, it will be totally hidden. If you are using loyalty points and rank in your store, we can put it there. Well, by default, it will come, but we can hide it. And also we can show promotions. The user profile screen. All these options are related and they are equal as in the registration process, which we will detail in the next few minutes. meaning that if you decide to show or hide any of these features here, they will also be shown or hidden in the registration. Here, the customer can edit their name, their contact information, and address. They can select their notifications if they want to receive them either by email and or SMS, text messages. They can select their preferences if you want them to be able to select their storage level and also their packing options between hanger and box. They can detail their delivery service options. This is how do they want to be visited. If they want to be visited by demand, meaning that when they create an order, or regularly, meaning that if they don't have any order, they will still be visited on one day. They can select only one day from all of the routes that they are assigned to, if they're assigned to more than one. And finally, if they haven't entered their credit card through the registration, they can go here and enter it. They can also delete it if it's already registered, or add any other different than what they registered from the first moment. Of course, they can share the app to their acquaintances if they're happy with their service. This is a very important tool. When they hit that button to share the app, it will open a QR code that they can scan, or they can just send a message directly through WhatsApp or any other messaging option that they have installed in their phones. Now let's detail our pickup versions. They basically differentiate in regards of how the customer can detail the order and select the times for the pickup and drop-off dates. If different from what they are regularly assigned to. You will be asked to select one of these options when setting up your customer app if you haven't done it yet. Version number 1 is the most basic one, no schedule changes, and also no orders detailing. The customer can change their schedule or request pickups different than the day that they are already assigned. This will only show them a notice letting them know that they will be visited on their regular day. Of course, this notice can be edited. We can put some other message there, like please contact the store if you have any special request or something like that. Version number 2 is the most basic pickup request. Your customers can request a pickup with no further detail. They will be only able to mark that checkbox next to schedule pickup and submit the order. They cannot do anything further than this. Version number 3 is the most popular between our customers because it allows the customer to submit a simple order with only the detail of how many bags or items this order has and some special instructions if they want to send them. As you see here, they will also see a notice if you want to show it, and they will see to what days, or better say it, in which days does the route that they are assigned to run. Version number 4 is a more complex version because it allows us to build a mobile menu for your customers to detail their order. They can select the garments from a mobile menu and see the total prices and items. As you see in this screen, I'm selecting a comforter and some pants and also submitting special instructions. That's totally optional. And I will also see as a customer the days of the route that I am assigned to, and also the schedule from 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. This is a very short schedule. Version number 5 is same as version number 4, but the difference with this is that it allows your customers to select a pickup and drop-off dates. Of course, between the options provided by the route, they cannot select a day in which the route isn't running or an hour, okay? They can only select it between the schedule. If you have any questions at this point, please submit it through the chat, questions here. And if you think that we need another webinar to go deeper into these options, we can schedule it, but you need to let us know. Registration and route allocation options, I wanted to let this for the last because I want to focus and highlight the automatic route allocation options that we have here, because this is very important for your process. After your customer hits the register button, okay, after they have also submitted their email, the app will take them to this screen. The customer needs to enter their name, their email, their phone address, and zip code. Anyway, we will run through the customer experience in just a few minutes. Okay, we will do this live, but I want to have the time to explain you this with more detail now. All of these options are mandatory. The customer cannot leave any of these fields empty. And we can change some of the fields. For example, if in your country there are no states but provinces, we can change that label. We can also change the zip code for postal code if needed. We can adjust the minimum characters for the zip code. We can change most of these things. And most importantly, for this route allocation options, according to the zip code, we have these ones. Supported zip codes. Only customers within certain zip code areas can register. If in your process you cannot service customers outside of a certain area, you can restrain those customers outside of your supported area to registering. Or there's another option as well to let them register, but with a notice that their area isn't yet serviced and they will be contacted by the store to make an arrangement. The other option is the route allocation by zip codes. If in your process you have certain routes covering up certain geographic areas of your city, of your town, we can automatically allocate customers living within those certain zip codes to the specific route that will be covering them up. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to hit the chat button. And then we have the default route allocation. This one isn't ruled by the zip code. This one basically assigns all new customers, regardless on where they are located, to a default route from where they will be afterwards reallocated according to your convenience to the route that you think it's best for them. Okay, but this option allows them to be able to schedule a pickup from the first moment they register. If they aren't assigned to a route from the moment they register, they will not be able to schedule a pickup. The second step in the registration is the verification process. Okay, basically the app sends your customers a verification code to their email, and we can also set it up to be sent to their mobile phone by SMS. So the customer will receive a code that they must enter to verify their account. Once they enter this code and they hit next, the account will be already registered in the system, but of course the customer will need to complete the registration in order to access the app. The third step here is the profile, and these are the options that I told you in the user profile screen section, that they are equal. Your customers can select the notifications, how do they want to receive them, their preferences, their delivery service options, and any notes. Okay, we can place some other fields below these special instructions field if you want to gather more information from your customers related to marketing. For example, how did you hear about us, or any other information that you need to know. All these options are customizable. Number 4, This wallet section will be prompt only if you are integrated with a supported gateway, which is an online payment processor, and your customer will be able to enter their payment card information, credit or debit card. As you see, the customers will find the skip button here. If they want to skip this step, they can do it. But if you want this step to be mandatory and prior to submitting any order, we can hide the skip button. Okay, we can also put some notices on top of this page, like letting them know that they have to contact the store if they don't want to provide their payment information through the app. Of course, you need to know that all this information is safe. It's not stored by Enlite. It goes encrypted directly to the payment processor. And you need to let your customers this. Okay, of course, you want to be notified whenever a new customer signed up or whenever they scheduled a new order. And we have two notifications for that to be sent to you via email. Okay, the first one is the new customer registration. It will tell you the name of the user, the email, the phone number, basically their contact information so you can find them. And also, whenever they request a new order or they schedule a pickup, you will find the detail of the ticket ID, the customer name, the route that this customer is assigned to, how many pieces and price if the order is created through version 4 or version 5, meaning if the order can be detailed. Okay, and more. You can gather all your new customers information, new customers who registered through the app or the portal through a report in the back office section of the POS. The report's name is New Customers Mobile or Portal. There you can see, yeah, all their details. When was the customer created, the routes that the customer is assigned to, yeah, all of that. Okay, and we have access to the mobile orders section of the POS. That's where we receive all the mobile orders in order to be processed, where we see all the information. And we will be detailing this next, okay, in the next few minutes. Let's run through the customer experience. In this case, I'm just going to register a new customer and create a new order. So let's say I'm a customer who downloaded Enlite Mobile and I'm just registering with my email. I would just hit register here. And then since I'm using Enlite Mobile, it's asking me for store code. If I were using the branded app, it won't because it's already connected to the store. Okay, so this is my store code, MDQG, yes. Okay, so here I have, well, the register section. Okay, I'm just gonna put some random information. As you see, some fields require a minimum of characters. Okay. Here's anything random. And I have this zip code allowed within my settings. I have the supported zip code setting enabled, meaning that I can only enter certain zip codes. If I'm from outside our supported zip codes area, I won't be able to register. For example, if I enter this zip code, it will show me this red message, meaning that I can't register, and we can customize an error message in there. But in this case, this one is supported, and it will assign me to all routes by default. In this store, we have one route for each day, so I will get assigned to each day. You will see this in detail in just a minute. Okay, so when I hit next, it will send me a verification code to my email, which I'm opening. Okay. And here's the verification code. Once validated, it will take me to the profile section of the registration. This is where I, as a customer, select if I want to receive notifications by email and or SMS. I can select the storage level. In this case, I'm gonna put medium, and the packing options between hanger and box, and the delivery service options. Here in the frequency, I can decide how do I want to be visited, or when do I want to be visited. If only when requested, only when I request a pickup, or regularly scheduled visits, meaning on a weekly basis. Yes, so regularly scheduled visits. If I select this one, and since I'm assigned to all days, I can select any of these days from Monday to Saturday. So I'm going to select Tuesday, and I can submit special instructions. Okay. Now in this case, I'm not going to submit any, and I can submit any other information required on the labels below this. Okay. So next, I will be prompt to enter my payment information in this wallet section. Let's wait until it loads. Okay. Okay, so yes, so here I can enter my payment information. In this case, I'm just gonna hit skip because I don't want to. But just so you know, you as store owners can request us, dark support, to hide this button in order to make the credit card registration mandatory. So I'm just gonna hit skip, and I'm already registered in the home screen. I can hit this button to schedule a pickup. In this application, I have version 5 installed, meaning that I can detail my order within a mobile menu within these options. Okay, in this case, I'm just gonna select address. Yeah, maybe something in laundry. It will be a laundry shirt hang. And I can select the pickup and the drop-off dates. In this case, if I select, February 23 at 9 a.m., the first drop-off option will be February 26 at 9 a.m. as well, but I can change these options. I can choose, February 27 and a different hour. Okay, 12 p.m. maybe. So when I schedule, well, I can also submit some special instructions in here. And when I schedule the pickup, I will receive a confirmation message here letting me know that my order will be picked up on February 23. And between the times that the route is run, even though the customer selected an hour, the message lets them know that can be during the day. Okay, that message is also customizable. Once the order is created, as I told you before, this order will show up in the mobile order section of the POS. And let's run through it. Okay, so I will show you this on the POS side of things in order to connect the ideas, and you can follow up in a next webinar more deeply into this POS side of things, right? And complete then the mobile orders lifecycle series of webinars that we started with Enlite routes. We're now continuing it with Enlite Mobile, and we will finish it with this, okay, with the mobile orders section of the POS and everything that's related. So I'm just entering my PIN here, and I will see the whole list of mobile orders in here. Either the orders that are created from the driver's app, the orders that are created from the customer's app, or orders that, as you will see with much detail in next webinar, it can be created also here, okay? As you see, this is the order that we just created, order 14747-1. It has two pieces. The customer is this one. It's assigned to everyday's routes, okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These are the pick and drop dates, and you can see the status of these orders here. Okay, and here you have the options, the actions that are available for the mobile orders. In this case, you can see the routes that this customer is assigned to, the tracker details if you're using the tracker feature in our POS. If not, just don't pay attention to it. Here is where you will go and detail the invoice. And this is a button to amplify the ticket information if I want to see more detail, like the ticket notes and everything. Okay, I can just click on this and see all what has happened with this ticket, and I can cancel the order. I can void it here if I don't need it anymore, or if it's duplicated, or any reason that I want to cancel this, I can do it here. Okay, if I hit the edit invoice button, it will show me the detail of what the customer has requested, if they are using either version 4 or version 5, which are the big versions that give them the option to detail the order with a mobile menu. If it's either version 3 or version 2, it will just come empty, and then you will have just to select the garments and or add any modifiers or whatever that it needs to in order to be completed. Rounding up, your customers can schedule pickups, see the details of their order, receive their invoices, update their customer profile, edit their preferences, pay for their orders, and communicate with the store. In these times, overall, where social distancing is required, I think that this is a great tool because it allows you to take your business to your customers. And most important to us, you can work with support to optimize your operations with the 80 plus settings that we have available to customize the app. We can basically adjust the app to your process. And if we don't have some settings available that are vital to your process, we can work on them and create them. We can gather, or you can gather, your customers' information for marketing and management purposes, again through other reports. And you can rest assured that our team works efficiently for you and your customer satisfaction. Again, if there's anything that we don't have, we can offer you a workaround, or we can work in creating those new features that you need. Finally, I'd like to close this presentation with a quote from Joel Spolsky: "Nothing works better than just improving your product." We in Dark believe that one of the greatest advantages of this company is that our products grows with the customer's experience. We're always improving, implementing stuff. So thank you for being here. Your feedback is most valued. And now it's time for questions. If you haven't made your question, but you have any new question now, please feel free to submit them to the chat. Questions here account, and we will be responding to it now. If we can't cover it up today, we will schedule a new session with you to respond to your questions or send them over by email. Please let me introduce my partner, Jose Herrera, from our marketing team. He's been gathering all your questions in order to read them for me. You're still in time to submit them if you have any to the questions here chat. Jose, welcome.
Thank you, JC. Hi, everybody, and welcome to this Q&A section. We're going to start reading some questions from all of you. So let's start with the first one. It's from Krunal, and he wants to know, if we have fixed routes by area, is it possible for system to determine the pickup date of customer by address if it is set up by a geographic map?
Yes, yes. As I showed you in the part of where I was talking about the route allocation options, we can do that by zip code address. Basically, all customers that live in an area with a certain zip code, and if it's covered up by a certain route in specific, all those customers can be automatically assigned to that route. Thank you, Krunal, for this question.
Thank you, JC. The next one is from Carl. Which languages are available?
Okay, thank you, Carl. So far, we have configured English and Spanish, but if you need to implement the application in any other language, you can just request it to us and we will send you a file for you to submit the words in your language, and we can create the app in any language that you need.
Thank you. Next one is from Gary. Version 3 allows customer to request day, but not the time, correct?
Well, so far, version 3 only tells the customer. In fact, let me bring it up in here. Okay, here I have the presentation. Version 3, as you may see, has the information of when the customer is assigned. Meaning, if they are assigned to a route that runs on certain days or in all days from Monday to Saturday, they will see this information. We have released a new feature that can allow them to select their pickup and drop-off dates along with the hours. If you need your customers to be able to select only the days but not the hours, we can also do that. I mean, we can work around it.
Okay, thank you. Our next question is, will there be a recording that can be rewatched?
Yes, of course. In the next few days, we will send you an email with the recording for this presentation and also some other useful information.
Thank you. Another question is, if we don't want a payment option, is that also possible?
Yeah, that's totally possible. Your customers would jump straight from the profile screen of the registration to the home screen.
Thank you, JC. This one is from Carl. When you have customers around the world, what happens with zip codes?
Well, we establish your zip codes according to your needs. That's totally customizable. If in your city you want to cover up certain zip codes in specific, you just submit them to us and we adjust the application for them. That's no problem.
Thank you. Our next one is, do we use our CC processor with this app?
Depending if the processor has an online payment processor or a gateway, but most of them do. So yes, and if not, we can just offer you a couple of options.
Okay, thank you. Our next question is, can I avoid using the store code when I embed the web portal in my website?
Yes, because we will provide you with a link, a custom link already connected to your store. So customers will be registering or signing in directly to the store.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Can you send actions with the app?
Send actions. Well, I'd need to know more about this question, but if you want a session to discuss it, we can arrange it. Please contact our team and we will be getting back to you.
Thank you, JC. Next question. Can I have my colors and brand also in my web portal since I use it in my website?
Yes, you can. Totally, you can. In fact, just let me open the portal in here. I have it in my browser. As you see right now, it is with the Enlite colors, but we can change your primary and your accent color as you want.
Thank you, JC. We have another question here.
Yes.
Can I have the verification code sent by SMS and not by email?
Yes, you can, although we do not recommend it because we can't control when your customer is going to receive that SMS because it doesn't depend on us. It depends on the providers. So we always recommend having email, but if you prefer having SMS, we can also do that, yes.
Thank you. Next question is, with the customer payment option, do they need to have the card registered in our system or they pay through their phone's wallet option?
Okay, that's another good question. As you see here in this training store, we have the option for our customers to pay for their orders individually. Okay, regardless that on every store that has a gateway associated, you can charge them from your end. But here they can go and hit this pay orders option. And even when they don't have their credit card registered in the system, we associate it with either Google Pay or Apple Pay, depending on the iOS of your phone. So if they have their credit card registered there, they can also pay by this mean. Yes.
Thank you, JC. We have another question here. Can I avoid using the store code when I embed the web portal in my website?
Yes, yes. Again, if we provide you with a special link to your store, and that one will allow your customers to enter directly to their portal, okay, to their store.
Thank you. This is our last one. What happens with store walking customers who log in to the app for the first time? Do they need to register again?
Well, we have a couple options for that. They do not need to register again, meaning that they do not have to create another account. They will be logging in with their existing account. Most generally, they will do this with no further steps, meaning that they can log in, and if they are assigned to a route, they can request a pickup. But we can also enable a new function that will force them to re-register. So if, for example, the customer is not assigned to a route and we have the automatic route allocation through the registration, the customer will always get assigned to a route, and all the information that might be missing from the customer walk-in registration, they will fulfill it when they sign in for the first time to the customer's app. So yes, I think this responds to that question. Again, if you guys need any further explanation of any of these topics, you please let us know so we can go further into a next session, or we can arrange private sessions with you if you want. So Jose, is there any message or any new question that has come up?
That one was our last question. So
Okay.
if you want to say some final words.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Jose, for your participation. Just as a reminder to everyone, we will be sending you an email with a recording of this session along with some other information related. Please feel free to send us your feedback at any time. We look forward to know if this webinar has been useful to you and what would you like to learn more about in future presentations. Please, that information is really important to us. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time.